Welcome back to the channel, Senators. We have to discuss this wild theory regarding how the world between worlds will be changed to shed light on the infamous sequel trilogy line.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
This change has seemingly remained under the radar, and I'm sure many fans aren't even aware of the potential retcon. According to a Screen Rant article, Star Wars has quietly changed the name of the world between worlds to the Netherworld Between Worlds in a book that was released in 2020. It's possible that Palpatine's survival can be explained by being rescued from the netherworld of the Force. We could potentially see this happen in Dave Filoni's upcoming movie, or even the upcoming Ahsoka show. Let's dive into everything. First, let's quickly recap everything we know about the world between worlds so far. What is this mystical realm? The Star Wars databank defines the world between worlds as a connection of pathways and doors between time and space. In the Star Wars Rebels animated series, Emperor Palpatine describes the world between worlds as
a conduit between the living and the dead.
This nexus in the Force has mostly been explored in the 4th season of Rebels, but it has made appearances in other contexts worth noting. One of the most memorable scenes in Star Wars Rebels is when Ezra obtains his Kyber crystal and engages in a conversation with Master Yoda. The atmosphere resembles that of the world between worlds. I would also argue Mortis is the world between worlds, or at least similar. Both exist outside time and space. We hear Qui-Gon describe Mortis as,
unlike any other, a conduit through which the entire force of the universe flows.
Whether the world between worlds is truly the same as Mortis remains a mystery. However, I would argue they both serve a similar purpose. In a video going further into detail regarding the world between worlds, Dave Filoni emphasizes the point that the world between worlds is not about time travel. He states,
"It's more about knowledge. Knowledge that you can use for your benefit of good, or knowledge that will lead to destruction."
But how does one receive this knowledge, and how will making it a netherworld change what we already know? It's believed the world between worlds can be reached by accessing different Jedi and potentially Sith temples scattered across the galaxy. These temples contain portals. We see Ezra enter and exit a portal encircled by Lothwolves as he entered the Jedi temple on Lothal. Ahsoka is pulled out of a portal shaped like a triangle, resembling the Sith temple of Malachor. Palpatine tries to enter through a portal with Sith symbols. It's commonly believed he was attempting to enter the portal located in a Sith shrine under the Jedi temple on Coruscant. It's thought these entries to the world between worlds are guarded by various beings, such as the Lothwolves, who not only guide Ezra to the portal on Lothal, but they themselves hold a strong connection to the cosmic force. This idea of the cosmic force is really where this potential retcon is coming from. Apparently, in the Star Wars book, released in 2020, the world between worlds is called a Netherworld Between Worlds. Now, a simple Google search of the term netherworld yields the following definition. The underworld, also known as the netherworld, is the supernatural world of the dead in various religious traditions and myths, located below the world of the living. In Star Wars, the concept of a netherworld is prominently featured in Revenge of the Sith. Yoda explains to Obi-Wan that Qui-Gon has come back from the netherworld of the Force, eventually leading to Qui-Gon appearing as a Force ghost, and eventually, Yoda, Obi-Wan, Anakin, etc. The Screen Rant article implies that the Nexus in the Force, commonly known as the world between worlds, could be a realm for the afterlife. The article also suggests that Palpatine's character may undergo significant changes, with potential implication for Ahsoka's character as well. More on Ahsoka in a minute. We all remember Palpatine's death in Return of the Jedi. Many fans have concluded that Palpatine, being a master of essence transfer, transferred his consciousness into an empty clone vessel on Exegol before his physical demise on the Death Star. I can understand why these fans have such an idea, as it's subtly suggested in the novelization of The Rise of Skywalker. However, a different idea is suggested in a different Star Wars book. As another Screen Rant article states, the Star Wars book Secrets of the Sith suggests the Sith Eternal on Exegol may have drawn Palpatine's spirit out of the netherworld of the Force and into a clone body. We know Palpatine was obsessed with trying to cheat death. From the tale and tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise, to his constant obsession with having others strike him down in their anger, we know Palpatine had a plan. From the same book, Secrets of the Sith, we learn Palpatine also had an obsession with the world between worlds. Palpatine states, "I recognize the unfathomable potential it holds. Its power must be mine." We're told the world between worlds is the most powerful thing in the galaxy. So what does this retcon of changing the world between worlds to a netherworld mean for future projects? Well, first and foremost, it could shed light on how Palpatine survived. In Legends, it's explained there's a subset of the netherworld called Chaos. It's the Star Wars equivalent to Hell, where Dark Lords of the Sith were placed to endure eternal torment. It's said it's difficult for a spirit to escape chaos, but not impossible. If this concept is adopted as canon, it may provide an explanation for how Palpatine managed to evade death. Imagine if Palpatine's devoted Sith followers on Exegol had the ability to infiltrate the netherworld between worlds and retrieve Palpatine's spirit from a realm like Chaos. It may seem impossible, but I don't think it is. We could see Sith cultists on screen learning dark Sith magic that could allow them to enter the world between worlds, similar to how Palpatine did, and find the dead Sith Lord. This would make sense, as the planet Exegol, where we see the Sith cultists and Palpatine remade, is said to be a place where the barrier between life and death is thin. This could make it easier for the Sith Eternal to resurrect their dead, Dark Lord of the Sith. It could also help explain Ahsoka's character arc, as the article goes on to say. What if Ahsoka's destiny is to be a guardian of both the living and cosmic force? If you've been a senator of the channel for a long time, you know I've long speculated on what Ahsoka's destiny might be. I've even theorized in the past that Ahsoka's destiny may be to guard the world between worlds from outside threats. And this Screen Rant article confirms others share my suspicion. What if Ahsoka was rescued by Ezra Bridger through the world between worlds to stop Grand Admiral Thrawn from rising to power? In addition, if Ahsoka learns of the Sith's attempt to resurrect Darth Sidious, she could potentially take on the role of the Netherworld's protector, and as the Screen Rant article states, by extension, making her a direct guardian of both the living and cosmic force. Do you think this is possible? Could Palpatine have survived via this new idea of a netherworld? And if so, who revived him? Make sure you share your comments in the comment section and become a true senator of the channel. And if you want to learn more about my theory of Ahsoka becoming a protector of the world between worlds, make sure you check out this video.